First and foremost, Graziano, do we have any sense of this injury and his situation?
It doesn't sound like they're concerned about this affecting the start of the season, but obviously any missed practice time for a player that's trying to be two players is gonna set him back a little bit.
So, RC, say to these guys what you said to me in the meeting this morning.
That if he doesn't play both sides of the football, you wasted a pick. You wasted assets. You decided that moving up to number 2 wasn't truly what you wanted to do, because he's not the number 2 pick as a wide receiver. He's not the number 2 pick as a cornerback. He is the number 2 pick if he plays both.
Right.
He is the number 2 pick if he affects both sides of the football. If he doesn't do that, what you gave up, giving up next year's first round pick to get him is not worth it to play offense primarily or no defense, and vice versa. So to me, if you have to make that decision based on his inability to physically hold up throughout 17 games, it was a mistake to draft Travis Hunter.
If he predominantly plays offense, catches 70 passes for 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns, and Trevor Lawrence looks like the number 1 pick, he's absolutely worth the...
No, because then you could have got Ladd McConkey last year.
Yeah.
Because Ladd McConkey had 1,200 yards.
But this regime wasn't there last year.
But it's Liam Cohen's problem to fix Trevor Lawrence. It's not Travis Hunter's problem to fix Trevor Lawrence.
No. It's James Gladstone's the general manager. It's his responsibility.
Neither receivers nor corners ever go number 2. That is the rarest of rarity.
Calvin Johnson went number 2. He's not Calvin Johnson.
No, I know that. But like listen, I understand the premise, but the most important thing in Jacksonville is getting Trevor Lawrence to play at an incredibly high level, because he was supposed to at the number 1 pick. And if Travis Hunter is part of that and he steps in, even with the asset given to him and the high draft pick, and he comes in and this offense rolls and Trevor Lawrence looks outstanding, totally worth it.
But he can help on both sides of the ball.
No question.
Their defense only had 8 takeaways last year. Like, you got to get Trevor Lawrence the ball in some good field position.
If Travis Hunter plays both sides and he gets 6 interceptions on defense and he catches 50 passes and Trevor Lawrence stinks, what he does doesn't matter. It's about Trevor Lawrence.
But what our
Trevor Lawrence is responsible for Trevor Lawrence.
I totally agree.
And if he catches 50 passes and he gets 6 interceptions, first off, he's going to be the all-pro cornerback. Right? And as an all-pro cornerback who also caught 50 passes, you know what else he's going to be? He's going to be a freaking unicorn. Because nobody else in the history of the world has ever done that. And if Trevor Lawrence can't beat Trevor Lawrence that he was drafted to be, and he catches 50 passes, and Brian Thomas Jr. is Brian Thomas Jr., that's Trevor Lawrence's fault. Get a new damn coach, get a new GM, and get a new quarterback, because it ain't his fault.
Travis Hunter. Do you have doubts, questions, no questions?
No,
what do you got for me about him being able to play corner and receiver?
Well, I don't think he's not going to play.
What do you got?
He's not going to play like he did at Colorado.
Why not?
He's not going to be that many plays per game.
Why not? Come on.
Could he get to the point where he plays it? I mean, let's think back. Let's throw back. Let's throw back from centuries ago.
Okay.
Everybody played both ways. And he was very blessed to be with the head coach in college to allow him to play both ways in prime. And so prime does know that, but the coaches in the league, they're not prime. They didn't play both ways. They're going to give him an opportunity to have some plays on offense, be on defense. Is he going to play 85 plays, 90 plays a game for 17 weeks? Man, that's a tough ask on your body. If anybody's going to do it, he's going to be the one. But I think that's a real tough ask on the body. If you want to play at the highest level that you can possibly play at the cornerback position, and then add to something at the receiver position, that's a real tough task, because the running backs that are going to come through, it's like, how is he going to tackle Derrick Henry if he played the Baltimore Ravens? All those bigger size players that he's going to have to see at the cornerback position will take its toll on his body. But athletically, can he do it? Absolutely, he can do it. Now it's just, how much will the coaching staff allow him to use his skills on the offensive side of it?
Do you ever play receiver? When was the last time you played both? When was the last time you did that? When you were in Indiana? When you missed high school?
Yeah.
High school?
No, Purdue. My last game, I got to play I got to play both ways in that last game against IU. I played offense, defense, special teams. I think I was only missed 3 plays, excuse me, for our field goals. But in the league, shoot, I only played a handful of plays on offense ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. We're diving into the electrifying saga of Travis Hunter, the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner and the Jacksonville Jaguars' bold 2 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. This isn't just another rookie story. This is a seismic shift in football history. A two-way phenom, Hunter is poised to redefine the NFL as the first full-time dual-threat player since Chuck Bednarik in 1962. At Colorado, he dazzled with 96 receptions for 1,258 yards and 15 touchdowns, while snagging 4 interceptions and 11 passes defended on defense. The Jaguars traded a king's ransom 4 draft picks, including a 2026 first-rounder to secure this unicorn. But here's the burning question. Can Hunter's body and mind withstand the brutal grind of playing both wide receiver and cornerback in the NFL? But before we crown him the NFL's next legend, let's peel back the curtain on the controversy swirling around this audacious experiment. Is Hunter a game-changer or a gamble destined to crash? The NFL is a brutal arena where dreams are forged and bodies are broken. Travis Hunter's two-way ambition has sparked a firestorm of debate. On one side, you've got believers like Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen, who's all in on Hunter's potential, saying, "We want it to look like what it looked like at Colorado." Hunter himself is unfazed, insisting he needs to process everything fast, quick to master both playbooks. In his preseason debut against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he logged 18 snaps, 10 on offense, 8 on defense, showing flashes of brilliance with 2 catches for 9 yards, though a missed tackle hinted at rookie growing pains. But here's the gut punch. NFL great Davante Adams isn't buying it. On the Pivot podcast, Adams warned, "I don't think it's possible to do at a high level. That's a lot of mileage, man. Tackling Derrick Henry with that frame. He better do some ninja S." Adams isn't alone. Richard Sherman and others question whether Hunter's 6-foot, 185-pound frame can endure the NFL's 17-game gauntlet. The Jaguars' plan: start Hunter primarily as a slot receiver, with defensive snaps in high-leverage situations like third downs and 2-minute drills. But if he's not a full-time two-way star, did Jacksonville waste a no-2 pick? The doubters are loud, but let's talk about the real danger lurking in Hunter's path. Can his body survive the NFL's relentless punishment? Let's get real. The NFL is a meat grinder. Travis Hunter's two-way dream could be a ticking time bomb for his 185-pound frame. Just last week, Hunter sat out a preseason game against the New Orleans Saints with an upper body injury. Described as precautionary by Coach Cohen, he was back on the practice field Tuesday, running routes and catching passes. But the scare raised red flags. In college, Hunter played a jaw-dropping 147 snaps in a single game against TCU. But the NFL's bigger, faster, meaner defenders like Derrick Henry or Myles Garrett could wear him down fast. Davante Adams didn't mince words. Doubling your snaps is doubling your injury risk. The Jaguars are monitoring Hunter with analytics and tracking devices, but even they admit we have to protect him from himself. In their first preseason game, Hunter played just 18 snaps, a far cry from the 85-90 snaps skeptics fear he'd need to be a true two-way star. If he's tackling behemoths like Henry or chasing speedsters like Tyreek Hill, how long before his body breaks? Injury risks are real. But let's shift gears to the Jaguars' bold coaching strategy. How are they planning to unleash this unicorn without breaking him? Enter Liam Cohen, the Jaguars' first-year head coach tasked with molding Travis Hunter into an NFL legend. Cohen's plan is a masterclass in caution and ambition. During training camp, Hunter alternated days offense one day, defense the next to avoid mental overload. In a scrimmage, he played 38 snaps, 17 on offense, 21 on defense, proving he can handle both sides in a controlled setting. Cohen's vision: use Hunter as a slot receiver to exploit single coverage, while deploying him as a ball-hawking corner in critical moments. But here's the catch. Logistics are a nightmare. Cohen admits it's harder for us as coaches to navigate Hunter's split time between offensive and defensive meetings. Teammate Brian Thomas Jr., a 2024 first-rounder, is pushing Hunter to sharpen his skills, saying, We gotta make sure he's getting better every day. With Trevor Lawrence needing a WR2 to complement Thomas's 1,000-plus yard rookie season, Hunter's offensive role could be pivotal. Will Cohen's delicate balancing act unlock Hunter's potential or expose his limits? Cohen's strategy is bold, but the pressure's on. Let's zoom out to the bigger picture. What does Hunter's two-way gamble mean for the Jaguars' 2025 season? The Jacksonville Jaguars are at a crossroads. After a dismal 4-13 season in 2024, with just 8 takeaways on defense, the pressure is on to turn things around. Travis Hunter is their $100 million bet, a two-way star who could transform Trevor Lawrence's offense and bolster a desperate secondary. Experts predict Hunter could lead the team in receptions, potentially hitting 75 catches for 1,000-plus yards, while snagging 2+ interceptions on defense. But here's the brutal truth. If Hunter doesn't deliver on both sides, the Jaguars' blockbuster trade sacrificing a 2026 first-rounder could be labeled a colossal mistake. Skeptics like Todd McShay argue Hunter's a better corner than receiver, but the Jaguars see him as a game-breaker opposite Brian Thomas Jr. If Hunter catches 50 passes and nabs 6 interceptions, he'd be an all-pro unicorn. But if Trevor Lawrence doesn't elevate, it's all for naught. As Hunter gears up for the regular season opener against the Carolina Panthers on the 7th of September, the NFL world is watching. Will he rewrite history or become a cautionary tale? The clock is ticking, and the NFL world is holding its breath. Let's wrap this up with a final verdict on Travis Hunter's daring quest. Travis Hunter is no ordinary rookie. He's a once-in-a-generation talent, daring to defy the NFL's rules. Can he silence the doubters and become the first true two-way star in over 60 years? Or will the NFL's relentless grind tackling giants, chasing speedsters, and juggling 2 playbooks crush his dream? The Jaguars believe in him, betting their future on his 6-foot frame. As Hunter steps onto the field for the 2025 season, one thing is clear. He's not just playing for himself, he's playing to change the game forever. Stay locked in, because this story is just beginning. Don't miss a second of this historic journey. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join us as we track Travis Hunter's quest to redefine the NFL.